Sophistication? Sophistication? Don't talk to me about sophistication, love. I've been to Leeds.
Hello, vinyl community. I've got a question for you. What's the worst thing you could do the weekend before Record Store Day? What's that? Mass murder? No, I meant buying records the week before Record Store Day that you haven't budgeted for, but you do you. So yeah, it didn't fall at exactly the right time, because with Record Store Day being a week away, the last thing I needed was to spend more money on records, considering that I do want quite a bit on Record Store Day. But Mike's Vinyl Spiral mentioned to me ages ago that the Leeds Vinyl Fair was brilliant. It was a really great place to go and dig for records. And I've been to Leeds loads of times and shopped at the usual independent record stores there, and I know them really well. But I've never been to the fair. And, you know, he was bigging it up and saying it's a good place to visit. So I thought, yeah, I'll do it. But it just so happened to fall the weekend before Record Store Day. And but I really wanted to go because I like Mike's Vinyl Spiral, and Nick's Vinyl Butty was there, another great channel, and Rob Walker was going. And I really enjoyed the last VC meetup I went on. And, you know, I'm a shy and underconfident guy, and I thought it's good for me to do things like this and push myself. And, you know, everyone I've met so far has been brilliant. And, you know, today was, you know, exactly the same case. So, yeah, it's good for me as well to do it. But it's not good for my bank balance. But speaking of which, Gordon at I Dig Vinyl did a really great video on this. Just so happened to watch it the night I came back from Leeds, and it made me think about myself as a collector, and I'm sure we're all in the same boat. We spend too much, we do daft things, you hide things, you overspend, you overbuy, and it's a great video. And it did resonate with me, because on that day I thought, do I really need these records? Probably not, because I'm going to spend, you know, quite a bit the following week on Record Store Day if I get the stuff I want. But it does just make you think as how you are as a collector. And I think a lot of us share these traps that Gordon talks about that we fall into, that fear of missing out, or, you know, doing ridiculous things to get the vinyl fix. And yeah, it's a great video. I'm going to link to it below, so have a look at that. It was a great day. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really glad I went. But I've got no willpower as a collector, and I'm sure a lot of you are exactly the same. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a quick video. I'm going to hand you over to Past Midge, and he's going to talk you through the day. And I'm going to show you some footage of the fairs, because you've probably never seen footage of a record fair before, but we all do it. And I was really impressed by it. And then I'll talk to you some more about the day, and then I'll show you what I bought that I didn't actually need, because Record Store Day is a week away. But yeah, so here's Past Midge, and he'll show you how the day panned out. Hey VC, Midge here, a guy in a hat who likes to talk about going to record fairs, and today I'm talking to you about going to a record fair. Another one of my vinyl travelogues. I'm going to go to Leeds to a record fair. I've never been to a record fair in Leeds before. I've been to the record shops in Leeds loads of times, but never the fair, and apparently it's pretty good. And hopefully I'm going to see some members of the VC there, so come along with me and let's see what happens. Also, the last time I went on a VC meetup, John the 6-inch pianist palmed this Porter Wagoner album on me. So I thought what I'd do is I'd play the same game, and I'll try and palm it off on unsuspecting VC members. So we'll see how we get on.
Drive my car, and
So yeah, Leeds Record Fair was amazing. It blew my tiny mind. I couldn't believe how big it was. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's one of the biggest fairs I've been to for a long time. I don't know how many vendors there were, but there were loads, and it was fantastic. There was so much choice. You could have spent the entire day there, and I think we more or less did, but yeah, so much choice, a lot of great prices, a lot of great stock, and every genre, everything was catered for. It was superb. Really enjoyed it. So we got there, we had a bit of a dig, and then we went for a coffee break and had a good chat and a laugh, and then we spent another couple of hours digging. And also, this was a bit unexpected, but I was approached by a bloke who'd watched my channel, and that's the first time that's happened to me. So that was that was a bit surreal. Really nice bloke from Bradford who travelled all the way there, and was chatting about the channel and other channels and things like that. Really nice bloke. So hello, you know who you are, and thanks for your kind words that you said about the channel, and it was great to meet you. But yeah, that was a bit surreal. It was like, should I have given him an autograph? I don't know. Maybe next time. But yeah, a bit strange to be recognised. But it's a price of fame, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, a bit long day digging, and then we went for a quick pint and a chat at the end of the afternoon, and yeah, had a great day. Nick and Mike, just exactly like you picture them to be from the videos. Really friendly, really funny. Rob was there, so there was a lot of great banter going on. Yeah. All right, guys, a bit of VCLT for you. Any takers?
Rob? It reminds me of John, that actually. So no, I can't have that looking at me.
Nick?
No, I'm just going here.
No.
And yeah, it was a fun day, so I'm really glad I did it. My bank balance not so much, but to be fair, I didn't really spend that much. I thought I was going to be careful, and the first vendor, even on the first stall, I spent a bit, and I thought I'm going to have to be really careful here. And for me, I was very restrained, to be fair, because I could have spent a fortune, and I did limit it. So I think about halfway through the day, I was just casually browsing with no. I didn't want to spend any more than I got, but I picked up some really good bits, so I'll show you them now. I haven't listened to them all yet. They're no doubt going to be added to the pile of records I've got that I've not really given much attention to, and that's why. Going back to Gordon's video again, once Record Store Day is out of the way, I am slowing down. I'm definitely slowing down. I started the year really well. Hardly bought anything, and the last month or so I've just gone nuts, and I've bought loads of stuff, so it's getting out of control again. So I need to slow down and enjoy what I've got. But I've said that before. We've all said that before, haven't we? But anyway, these are the records that I picked up on the day. So first up, I picked up this. I've seen this a few times, but I've never pulled the plug on it. This is it's like, I think they're like a new wave punky type mod band, Bethnal, Dangerous Times. Don't know a lot about them, but there's some covers on here. We've Got to Get Out of This Place and The Who's Baba O'Reilly. So they've got to be some sort of like mod influenced punk band sort of thing. So that looked interesting. Yeah, so on the Vertigo label, no less. So yeah, have you got that one in your collection, you big hitters? Not on the classic Vertigo label, obviously, but yeah. So that looked interesting. Not heard of before, but I do know that their second album, I think it was, had a Hypnosis cover. So yeah, I haven't got that one either, but I'm hoping I'll like this and I'll want to pick up the other one on Vertigo. So yeah. Next up, an album I've seen shown in the VC a few times and never tried it. This is the Pez Band and Laughing in the Dark. And this looks really good, Nick. And I think it's power pop, American power pop from the 70s. So yeah, love that back cover as well. So yeah, I've got high hopes for that as well. I'm sure I've seen people in the VC show this album before, and I love power pop, 70s power pop. And also, quite intrigued by the inner sleeve cover, where all the bands seem to have trousers that are far too tight for their own health and safety. But yeah, that looked a good listen. So yeah, Pez band. Next up, from the same vendor, this was George Clinton's solo album that I haven't got. Some of my best jokes are friends. It needs a bit of a clean, this one, and it's not in the best of condition. But it came as part of a deal, so it's I think it was buy 3 for £30, and you got one free. And he said, "Is there anything else you want?" So I saw this, and it wasn't actually part of the thing. It was more expensive, but he said, "I'll knock you some money off." So I got this as part of the deal, and I'm glad I did, really, because it's not in the best of condition. It needs a bit of a clean up, and the sleeve needs a bit of a clean. But I haven't got this George Clinton solo album, and it's got your usual classic artwork by Pedro Bell on it. It's from the 80s. I think does it say what year it is? 1985, I think. So I have listened to a bit of this. It has got quite an 80s production to it, but it did sound cool. So yeah, I'm glad I picked that up. Next up, an album that I've been searching for. Well, not searching for, because I've seen it loads and loads of times, and I always wanted a copy of it. I mean, and I don't know why I've never pushed the button on it. I think it was either because it was in bad condition or they were asking too much for it. And it's an album that's probably really common in the States and probably really cheap, but in the UK it isn't, and it's quite sought after still after all this time, because it's been sampled in a lot of iconic hip-hop tracks, and it's Bob James 2. And like I say, I've been looking for a copy for this for years, and it's never been the right condition, never been the right price. And to be fair, it was more than I wanted to pay for it, but I thought, oh, just push the button, because it's a nice copy. This is a really nice copy of it, and obviously on CTI, gatefold sleeve. Lots of cool players on it. Steve Gadd, Eric Gale, Ralph McDonald, Randy Brecker, loads of great jazz musicians on it, and it's also it's sort of like soft jazz, sort of melodic jazz, if you like, on the classic CTI label. I love CTI record label and the stuff they bring on it. But obviously, it's most famous for the track "Take Me to the Mardi Gras," which Run DMC used all over Peter Piper, classic hip-hop breaks. It's been used by it's been sampled loads of times by loads of hip-hop artists. It's a bit of a classic. And yeah, I'm pleased I picked this up, because like I say, I've been umming and ahhing about copies for years. And I thought, yeah, go on, just do it. So on the classic CTI label, and yeah, a bit of a sort of jazz soul funk classic. So yeah, I'm glad I got that at last. So yeah. Next up, I pulled the trigger on this as well. This is another album that I've seen before. Wasn't aware of it, and then I saw it at a record fair last year, but it was really battered, and the cover really intrigued me, and I thought, what is that? And it just happened to be at this fair at a really cheap price, so I picked it up, and it's Paul Brett and Into Life, and that cover's just amazing. I love that cover. And obviously that's Paul Brett there. Oh, sorry, that's Paul Brett there. And yeah, I didn't really know what to expect from this. It was recorded at the famous Manor Studios in the UK and produced by Tom Newman, who produced all the early Mike Oldfield albums. And I've listened to the first side of it this morning, really enjoyed it. And it's sort of like, it is like Mike Oldfield. So the whole of the first side, like 20 minutes, is one complete track called, but it's the title track, Into Life. And it's got Paul Brett playing his acoustic guitar, and then there's loads of other instruments that come in. I think most of them are played by Paul Brett. There's some really cool searing electric guitar solos, so it's not all acoustic. It's like a mixture of styles, but that track hangs together really well. It's like a 20-minute track, but yeah, absolutely really loving this from what I heard this morning. I haven't heard the second side yet, but it sounded really cool, sort of like instrumental rock. Yeah, along the lines of Mike Oldfield, I guess. But I think it was a bit more even a little bit funky at times, a little bit more heavy, more electric guitar on it. So yeah, really enjoying that, and I love that cover. I mean, it's like some sort of great big cabbage growing from a tree with some bizarre embryos in there. But yeah, total. I mean, he said it was prog rock, but I knew it wasn't prog rock. But yeah, really enjoying that. Paul Brett, Into Life. And then I picked up, as you know, from my other videos, I love blaxploitation movies and the soundtracks, and picked up a copy of Superfly TNT. I mean, look at Ron O'Neill there as Priest. I mean, totally badass with his hairy chest and his huge moustache. And I don't think I've ever seen Superfly TNT, but I'm guessing it's sort of like an adventure where Superfly goes abroad or something, because obviously the soundtrack is done by Ossie Bissa, who do a lot of like funky type instrumental stuff with sort of African influences thrown in and world music influences, but still really, really funky. So I'm guessing that's why they were chose to do this soundtrack. But yeah, it's a soundtrack I've seen over the years quite a bit, but I've never seen the American version. This is a gatefold, which tempted me. So you've got pictures of Ossie Bissa and pictures from the film. There's Superfly with his cool fur collared coat. I'd wear that as well, to be fair. Looking cool, and it's got a cutout, but I don't really mind. The actual record and the sleeve are in pretty good nick, to be fair. And yeah, glad to pick that up, to be honest. It's on the and it was quite cheap as well. It's on the Buddha label, and this is the classic sort of, was it sort of like mid-70s Buddha label. And when I was a kid, my dad had some 7-inches with this label. That little Buddha really scared me because I thought it was quite eerie the way it was laughing. But I love that label now. But yeah, Buddha Records, probably around, so is it 73 this is from? Yeah, I think it's 73. But yeah, Superfly TNT soundtrack by Ossie Bissa. So I was really pleased to pick that up. And lastly, a bit of VCLT. While we were looking through the stalls, Rob said, "Have you ever heard of The Wedding Present?" And I've heard of them, obviously, but I've never checked them out. Obviously, I know them for the George Best album and stuff like that. But this was there in the new and sealed section where they offer sort of overstocks and stuff for cheap. And this is the Hit Parade. So he said, "Oh, you've got to get a copy of this. It's brilliant." He said, "I'll buy you a copy," which was, yeah, really nice of you, Rob. Blown away by that. And this is a 30th anniversary edition. And it apparently says on the back, in 1992, The Wedding Present released a 7-inch single every month. This is a compilation of all 12. So he said it's brilliant. And obviously a lot of the B-sides he pointed out to me are covers. So the ones I recognise, obviously Don't Cry No Tears, Neil Young, Pleasant Valley Sunday, The Monkees, theme from Shaft, which I'm quite looking forward to listening to, Chant of the Ever Circling Skeletal Family by Bowie, and Go Wild in the Country, and finishing with Step Into Christmas. And you know what I am, you know what I'm like for Christmas music. I'm a real sucker for it. So cheers, Rob. I'm really looking forward to listening to that and becoming a non-wedding present virgin. I think that's how you say it. And that was the day. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, it was great to meet Mike and Nick. And yeah, for the first time, I had a real good laugh. And yeah, it was a great day in Leeds. Really enjoyed it. So I'm definitely going to go again because that fair was brilliant. I'd love to go back and cause some more damage, but perhaps later in the year when Record Store Day and things have calmed down and my bank balance is feeling a little bit more healthy. But cheers, Nick and Mike, and obviously Rob. I'll leave links to their channels below. They're all worth checking out. And yeah, had a great day. Really glad I did it. I'm definitely going to do it again. Yeah, next week is Record Store Day, so we'll see what happens there. And also check out Gordon's video. If you're a record collector and you're like me, you're an obsessive record collector and you just can't help yourself doing daft things, you'll love that video. So until next time, Midge out.